Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Priyatna from Group 2 as moderator to present the result of the discussion about marine industry. We give thanks to God Almighty. We respect the lecturer, Miss Nidia, Yuniarsi, STMT, and I would like to introduce my group friends. There is Kurniawan, Ivando Darmansyah, Febrian Ciptadi, Panji Herianto, Julvia Juventus, Indah Putriani, and Aida Fitri. And the first discussion is about definition of marine industry, which will be read Kurniawan.
The marine industry is a large-scale industrial activity with version-related technical aspect. Colton series the sculpture of the maritime ship industry consisting of sector design, ship contraction, marine industry, marine manufacturing, ship operation, and ship repair. This sector is supported by small industries in the form of HR service and after technical service with absorb a lot of the workers of the private sector, government and related universities. The development of the maritime industry in Indonesia need to be followed of the clearly in the era of the Industrial Revolution 4 4.0 with present em- emphasis on the manufacturing technology revolution process which has a significant influencer on human life and our inward patterns. This concept in this implementation of various industry operation actions significant supported by information technology to increase productivity and quality.
Okay, thank you Kurniawan. And then second, about history of marine industry will be read Febrian Ciptadi.
Okay, the history of the marine industry in the world can be traced back to the earliest human civilization. People have been using boats and ships to travel and trade for during the Middle Age. The maritime industry continued to develop. The Vikings were skilled seafarers who explored and raided much of Europe and North America. The Arabs also had a strong maritime tradition, and they controlled trade routes between Europe, Asia, and Africa. The 20th century saw the maritime industry continue to grow and develop. The construction of the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal made it possible to sail between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean without having to round Cape Horn or the Cape of Good Hope. This significantly reduced the travel time between Europe and Asia. Today, the maritime industry is more important than ever before. Ships transport over 90% of the world trade by volume. The marine industry also play a vital role in the global economy, providing jobs and generating economic activity in many countries around the world. And the story of the maritime industry in Indonesia dates back to the ancient Sriwijaya and Majapahit kingdom. This kingdom were major maritime power that controlled trade route throughout Southeast Asia. The Sriwijaya kingdom was particularly powerful, and it controlled the Malacca Strait, which was a vital trade route between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. During the colonial period, the Dutch East India Company VOC established a monopoly on maritime trade in Indonesia. The VOC built ships and ports, and it controlled the flow of goods and people throughout the archipelago. And the 1970, Indonesia began to develop its offshore oil and gas industry. This led to a boom in demand for maritime service. Today, the maritime industry is one of the most important sector of the Indonesian economy. Indonesia has one of the largest merchant fleet in the world, and its maritime companies provide a wide range of service, including transportation, logistics, and offshore support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Febrian. The third is about types of marine industry will be read Indah Putriani, Ivando Darmansyah, and Julvia Juventus.
Okay, here I want to explain about the types of transport and fishing ships. First, transports. Passenger ships. These ships are used to transport passengers and usually have facilities such as cabin, dining room, and bedrooms. Number two is cargo ship. Cargo ships are used to transport goods such as containers, dry goods, or fuel. Three, cruise ship. Cruise ships used for sea tourism and holidays usually have facilities such a restaurant, swimming pool, and karaoke. Number four is warship. Warships are used by navies for military purpose, such as transportation troops, weapons, and equipment. Number five is oiler. Tankers are used to transport liquid such as petroleum, gas, and chemical. There are three types of fishing vessels, namely surface will get the vessels, intermediate gill net vessels, and basic gill net vessels.
Okay, this is my time to explain about oil and gas exploration in the maritime industry and shipbuilding in maritime industry. So oil and gas exploration in the maritime industry is the process of searching and evaluating oil and gas resources beneath the seabed. This is a challenging and complex operation requiring specialized vessels and equipment, as well as highly skilled personnel. There are three main stages of maritime oil and gas exploration. The first one is geophysical surveying. The second one is exploratory drilling, and third, appraisal drilling. If the exploration and appraisal drilling is successful, a decision will be made whether to proceed with the development and production of the oil and gas resource. A wide range of maritime vessels and equipment are used in support of oil and gas exploration activities, including the first one is seismic survey vessels. These vessels are used to collect seismic data, which is then used to generate image of seabed and subsurface. The second one is drill ships. These vessels are used to drill exploratory and appraisal wells. Third one is platform supply vessels or PSVs, provide a variety of support service to drill ships and other offshore exploration vessels, such as transporting supplies and personnel, and providing maintenance and repair service. And the last one is anchor handling tug supply vessels, are used to anchor on position drill ships on other offshore exploration vessels, as well as to tow other vessels. The second one is shipbuilding. Shipbuilding is the process of constructing ships and other floating vessels. It normally takes place in a specialized facility known as a shipyard. Shipbuilding is a complex and demanding industry, requiring a wide range of skills and expertise, from design and engineering to fabrication and assembly. The shipbuilding industry plays a vital role in the maritime industry, providing the vessels that are used to transport goods and people around the world, as well as the vessels that are used for offshore oil and gas production, fishing, and other maritime activities. Shipyards build a wide variety of vessels, including cargo ships, passenger ships, offshore support vessels, fishing vessels, naval vessels, and the shipbuilding process is typically divided into the following stage. The first one is design and engineering. The second one is fabrication. The third one is assembly, and the last one is outfitting. Thank you.
Okay, I will explain the continuation of the types of marine industry. Namely, the first is marine tourism. Marine tourism is one of the most popular types of tourism in the world. Marine tourism is a recreational activity that involves travel to places far from where one lives and that hosts or focus on the marine environment. Marine tourism can be divided into two main categories, namely coastal tourism. Coastal tourism is recreational activities carried out along the coast. These activities can include swimming, sunbathing, playing in the water, or visiting coastal tourist attractions such as beaches, parks, or museums. Marine tourism. Maritime tourism is recreational activities carried out at sea. These activities can include snorkeling, diving, fishing, or visiting marine tourist attractions, such as coral reefs, underwater caves, or shipwrecks. Marine tourism has many benefits for the Indonesian economy. Marine tourism can create jobs, increase people's income, and promote Indonesia internationally. The Indonesian government has made various efforts to develop marine tourism. These efforts include infrastructure development. The Indonesian government has built marine tourism infrastructure, such as ports, airports, and roads. This infrastructure will make it easier for tourists to access marine tourism destinations in Indonesia. Promotion. The Indonesia government has promoted marine tourism internationally. This promotion is carried out through various media, such as print media, electronic media, and social media. The lesson HR development. The Indonesian government has developed marine tourism human research. Human research development is carried out through training and education. Marine tourism has the potential to become one of the mainstay sectors of Indonesian tourism. With proper development, marine tourism can become a large source of income for Indonesia. The second is marine technology. Marine technology is a branch of science and engineering related to the sea. Marine technology covers a wide range of fields, from exploration and production of marine research to transportation and protection of the marine environment. Here are some examples of marine technology. A, su- a, submi- a submarine is a ship that can operate underwater. Submarines are used for various purposes, such as marine exploration, research, and military. Marine robotics is the use of robots in the marine environment. Marine robotics is used for various purposes, such as ocean exploration, environmental cleaning, and ship inspection. Marine remote sensing is the use of remote sensing technology to study the ocean. Marine remote sensing is used for various purposes, such as seabed mapping, marine environmental monitoring, and pollution detection. Marine navigation technology is technology used to determine the position of ships at sea. Marine navigation technology is used for various purposes, such as ship navigation, shipping safety, and marine research. Marine technology plays an important role in various aspects of human life. Marine technology is used for exploration and production of marine research, transportation, tourism, and protection of the marine environment. Marine technology continues to develop along with advances in science and technology. New marine technology continues to be developed to meet increasing human needs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, friends. Next, for about potential and challenge will be read Aida Fitri. Welcome.
Okay, potential. The potential, our maritime potential is able to provide solutions for Indonesia, such as inter-island connectivity problems, state defense and security, people's welfare, food crisis, unemployment, and even the country's bargaining power in the future. Challenge. The challenge facing the maritime industry in Indonesia. First, port congestion. Indonesian ports are often congested, which can lead to delays and increased costs for shipping companies. Second, shipyard capacity constraints. Indonesian shipyards are not able to meet the demands for new ships, which is forcing Indonesian shipping companies to buy ships from foreign shipyards. Lack of skilled seafarers. Indonesia has a shortage of skilled seafarers, which is making it difficult for shipping companies to operate efficiently. High fuel costs. Indonesia has high fuel costs, which can make it difficult for shipping companies to compete with foreign shipping companies. Piracy and robbery. Piracy and robbery are still a problem in some parts of Indonesia waters. This can discourage shipping companies from using these routes and increase the cost of insurance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aida. And finally, the conclusion of our presentation was read by Panji.
Okay. The maritime industry is vital to the global economy, transporting over 90% of the world's trade by volume. The industry also plays a vital role in providing jobs and generating economic activity in many countries around the world. The maritime industry is constantly evolving with new technologies being developed all the time. This is helping to make the industry more efficient and sustainable. The future of the maritime industry is bright and it is expected to continue to grow in the coming years, driven by the increasing global population and the rising demand for goods and services. Here are some of the key trends that are shaping the future of the maritime industry: digitalization, decarbonization, and autonomy. The maritime industry is a complex and dynamic industry that is essential to the global economy. The industry is facing a number of challenges, but is also positioned to grow and thrive in the future. Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. That's all from our group. If there are any shortcomings, please forgive us. Thank you. God bless you.
Wassalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Wabarakatuh.